Chef Tony Matassa here for BBQGuys.com. Today I'd like to show you how to make spicy sweet potato fries on the grill. Everybody pay attention because this is a quick one. All you need is about 2 pounds of sweet potatoes for this particular recipe. Now with all of my recipes you can always double up, triple up, whatever, depending on the size of party you're having. I saved these to show you. First of all, you want to try to get as large of a sweet potato as possible because of the way you're cutting the planks. If you have a really small or a thin sweet potato, it's not really going to cut it for you. You end up wasting a lot of sweet potato and a lot of time, so try to get them as large as possible. This represents about the size of each of the ones that I cut up to make these planks. Now, the first thing you want to do is cut your sweet potatoes down like this in about a 1/2 inch plank. That's why I saved this to show you what it looks like. And then you'll lay this flat like this and cut it into another section of 1/2 inch planks, which will then come out about like this. Once you have all your sweet potatoes cut, you want to spread them out on a pan like this, or you can put them in a large mixing bowl. It's probably easier to do them on a pan, but if you have a large enough mixing bowl, you could probably do it that way. Because the next step is to coat these guys in sea or kosher salt. You want some coarse salt, freshly ground black pepper, a little pepper, and then a tablespoon packed brown sugar, and a 1/2 teaspoon of ground fennel seed. I like to freshly grind all my stuff, but if you want to buy it powdered up, go for it. Once you get to the powder form of herbs, they will not last that long with potency, so just know that. If you buy it, don't buy a bunch of it powdered, because it's not going to last you. You want a teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now the reason we're coating all this because the next step we're going to do is put 1/4 cup of olive oil on everything and toss it and get it all coated with olive oil and coated with the spices and seasonings. The reason we did this first is so that the salt and the seasonings could sort of absorb into the potatoes a little bit better before we put the olive oil, because the olive oil is going to coat them, so the seasonings and spices will not get into the potatoes as well if you olive oil them first. Go ahead and you can drizzle straight out of the bottle. You don't need a pre-measure. I mean, I have it pre-measured here so that I could show anyone who's not sure roughly what it looks like. But, I mean, you know, you can pour it straight out of the bottle. It doesn't have to be exact. You just need to make sure that you coat all the potatoes that you have. You want to get your grill preheated to a medium-high temperature. And you're going to go over direct heat with this. These only take about 10 minutes once we put them on the grill. And you want to turn them 2 to 3 times, depending on your grill, in that 10 minutes. You just want to get a nice char on them. These are awesome. Because they're large, they get a good char on them. They're cooked. It's a really good deal. All right, let's get them on. You want to try to space them about a 1/2 inch or so apart, so that they will cook, so the air can come through and they'll cook evenly. You don't want to just dump them all where they're all really close on your grill. Kind of defeats the purpose. I turned all of the potatoes the first time at the 2 to 3 minute mark. Look how the plate presentation on these is just amazing. I mean, if you just look at the nice grill marks on them, they're going to come out great. I want to show you a really good way, since potatoes get a little softer as they get hotter. It's hard it takes a long time anyway to turn each individual one. So use tongs and a spatula. You can use a spatula to kind of pop them off the grill a little bit, and then you can turn them with your tongs like that. One thing I'd like to mention that's pretty specific to this dish, it's not something you do often, but it's actually a good idea to go ahead and keep your pan, the one that you used to transfer over there, because it still has olive oil on it and your spices, and of course there's nothing bacterial that's any sort of a problem on your potatoes. So when they come off, you'll put them in here and you're able to kind of toss them and recoat them in anything that was left in the bottom. So it's a really good idea just to go ahead and save this and use it for transferring them back to the table. Now taking them off, you can probably do just as well with a spatula as anything. I don't know if you can get a good shot of that, but They look incredible. Here's the finished version. Spicy grilled sweet potato fries. I hope you enjoyed grilling up sweet potatoes with me today. I'd like to thank RCS for letting me use their grill. I'd certainly like to thank you for watching. And I'd like to remind you, here at BBQGuys.com, we smoke the competition.